rescue. You want to press people, you're noble. Show me the meaning of rescue. To save somebody, the meaning of rescue.
Yeah. To deliver you from something, take you from something.
So you're a poor people. Rescue me, save. But we the old people. Rescue, the meaning of rescue. That you can't help me while eating
that's the same thing.
But Jota Bagara can't tell you the water. He can't pour one making the water back to kill on money. You know they getting people the pressure. Husband not working. I live in Joseph. I even made 1,000 a lot. I even made 400 a lot profit. Let me come and go. Children waiting for me. You are Jota Bagara. What will be our result next year? We wouldn't even 1 year. What will be our result the following year?
Okay. Thank you so much. What's your name? What's your name?
My name is Patience Mane.
Patience Mane. You sell in the market here?
Yes.
I'm selling in the here?
Yes.
No
market. I'm just son. I go look for Yancy son.
You go look for the market, you see son?
I see food, call it food press. The way up, you not understand ourselves. When you go to there, you buy another press. When you come, you buy a different press. So the money I can put it back on my.
Also, the money you carry in, to the cold storage.
They put it back on my. They rich.
How much for the face?
You buy snapper 14,000. What we used to buy 10,000, 8,000. Buy it 14,000. One cartoon snapper 14,000. So we beg the government. We ask y'all to help us to beg our government. We say you came to rescue us. But the rescue that you're doing now, we're not understanding it. And when they pull the police on the street, our boyfriend here, they're not giving nothing to us again. They say they can't rescue us. Why they cause a motor bomber running? They want not doing they want. They are breaking the government. We the poor people, they must find place for us that we want be able to scale our clothes. They got poor people, they got rich people in the town. Some of all we not got more from the South God. And that basically we do, we not understand our children went to school. Our children, when we can't sell the market, we can't make a damn. They say rescue, but we not understanding the rescue team. So they were taking them from all of the street for smoking, for drugs and things. But I think you see them now. All of them turn to Zoom. They can stay in the freeze.
So the drugs are to you?
Rampant now, a more than rampant.
Okay.
The drugs is rampant. Some of them almost 20% on the street because of Zoom.
The zombie drugs?
Yeah, the Zoom that they bring in Jota Bagara drink. Because we are trying to sell our Kush. But now that's Zoom. When he said I see that you are so sticking at it. So we asking him to please, we the parent about boys children. We ask him to please help us to make our children to leave Zoom. Because he said he came to change things. And no change, we not understand our land. Police people getting our keke motor back, hard time. Police people beating our children on the street. They say they should register, they should become over there, walk over that, everything they do. But what police people home killing? Like just one thing, we just getting dropping like that. Tell him, don't let Napa, tell him, sorry. We're not taking somebody out for the country. So we should tell our president to help with the poor people.
Selling money, how's the business?
We get God a great for
You don't let you tell what take you for. But money ain't in the country now. In process.
For now, if I have to tell you that before we're over,
All right, so fellow Liberians, home and abroad, it's a privilege for us to be on here. And we want to use this time to extend our thanks and appreciation to all of you that have joined us. We appreciate you, we welcome you, and as usual, we ask that you please do us a favor. And that favor we require of you is to hit for us the share button. Share with somebody, let the person know that we are here. Inform them that, we are having a very wonderful time and they can join us so that we can all sit and have this discussion. Thank you so very kindly. Again, whenever you deem it necessary, you can always call. The number to call on the show is right there. You're going to see the comment that is pinned for your support. Is that same number you can use to call. That is the 443-991-3356. I want to welcome J. Larry Talu. Thank you so much for joining us. We do appreciate your presence. I want to say thank you so much, Mr. Talu, for your presence here. I also want to use this time to welcome Moyan Sharif, thank you so much, Moyan Sharif, for your presence here. I appreciate you. And all of you that will be joining us that we can't see by means of limitation from our own end here. But all of you, we want to say thank you. Kindly share with someone, kindly inform someone we are here, and let's listen to this while we get ready to also share. Because, like I said, we are glad that you are here, and let's do this. Let's bring you this information while we get ready, while we also share.
Famous "Enough is Enough" protest appears to be steaming up, while the president and his team appears to be relaxed and living in luxuries. Some Liberians said that's exactly why they're coming out on July 17th. Thousands of Liberians are threatening to take to the streets of Monrovia, all dressed in white, shouting, "Enough is enough!" They will not just be protesting for the sake of it. They are demanding real accountability from their leaders and justice for Liberians. At the center of the storm is a political crisis that's gripping the country. Lawmakers were fighting over who should be Speaker of the House. Accusations were flying, corruption multiplying, and the people left in desperation from rescue to excuse, and now it's "you too." Yes, we did it too is the government new slogan. It's not just a political drama. This deadlock has brought government business to a halt. More hunger and increased prices, including the exchange rate, and the people are paying the price. Things are getting uglier. Enough is enough, they say. The suspicious fire at the parliament, private jets, and disregard for the rule of law must stop. Through all this chaos, ordinary Liberians are standing up. People like Titus Pakala, Councillor Isaac Jackson, journalist Alex Beelded, Mulba Morlu, and citizens from every corner of Monrovia and the world are speaking out. They're saying, respect the Constitution, follow due process, and stop using power for personal gain. Why does this matter? Because if the rule of law breaks down, none of us are safe. When leaders fight over power and forget the people, trust disappears, and so does hope. So they're asking you, what kind of Liberia do you want? One where justice is for sale, or one where everyone is equal before the law? The people are demanding answers, and they may not stop until they get them. President Boakai can continue to ignore them and fly his private jets or drive his Lexus. But July 17th will be their day to say, enough is enough. Keep following the International Media Room and across Africa for more update.
All right, so we want to say, all of us, let's get ready. Let us all get ready for tomorrow protest in Liberia, demanding accountability, demanding justice, demanding good governance in Liberia. Fellow Liberians, again, I want to say welcome to each and every one of you. I really, really do appreciate you. Most of the time when we as Liberians, especially those of us that maybe have the opportunity to travel around our neighboring countries like Sierra Leone, Guinea, Ghana, Nigeria, and etc., we always admire the way and manner in which these people put their country first, the way and manner in which they carry themselves, the way they promote themselves, to the extent that even in Liberia, if a Ghanaian or a Nigerian goes to the market, that person will prefer buying from his own Ghana sister or brother first, or Nigeria brother or sister first, before buying from even you, the Liberian. One of the things that I really admire about the Ghanaian, you know what they will tell you? They always say this: in the whole wide world, we are the best. That's what they always say. In the whole wide world, We are the best. You know, I've been asking myself this question over and over, and it keeps coming every time that I sit down to do, a lay write-up of my presentation. The question that comes to mind is, what are our government, or what is the government prioritizing? What are the priorities of this particular Joseph Numa Boyka government? What is Mr. Boyka priority? That's the question that always comes to my mind. I ask myself, what are the priorities of even previous government? The Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government, the Weah-led government, and now the Joseph Numa Boyka government. What has been these government priorities? What are their priorities? And I want you to bear with me as I tried my best to navigate around the question. All of us knows that when we talk about priority, I want to welcome my own lovely sister, Julie K. Rainbow. How are you, Mama? I want to appreciate you, Judy, for everything you do. Love you so much. You are such a lovely person. And I really, 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 really grateful that I have somebody like you in my life. I mean, that I know. Julie is somebody who is very lovely. She take other people's situation above her own. Julie will be hungry and another person will be hungry. She will prefer that the next person eat before her. You know, this election that we had in Liberia, and that by the grace of God, we were there in the butchers and in the trenches, interacting with people, taught us too many things about so many people. And one lovely person that we were able to encounter is our own lovely sister, Julie. Julie, imagine, will use her own vehicle to the extent that Julie will drive her own car to go from one area to another on campaign trail. My sister Julie, I want to say thank you so much. Julie was able to organize her own people to go out there, community engagement and involvement. My sister Julie, your goodness or your effort to see a better Liberia will never ever be forgotten. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I want to welcome Musa Kane. You are highly welcome. Thank you for joining us. All of you that have joined us, I appreciate all of you. So, what is government priority? I gave you an example, fellow Liberians. When Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf took over, the priority or the priorities of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was one, to stabilize the country, to ensure that the country is stable. So because of that, the presence of oil that was in Liberia, basically what happened under the regime of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf was the international community helped us to put in place a government, because we just came from war 2005 2003, we fought up to 2003. So the first priority, in fact, the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government was actually led by the international community. So the international community agenda for Liberia at the time was also, one would say, blended with the government own agenda. So the first thing was to ensure that we have a proper and functional government, because we have not had it for a very long time because of war. So what did we see under the Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government? We saw the international community coming in and bringing what we call the GMAP that help to be able to structure the government. Today, most of the different SOEs, state-owned enterprises, autonomous agencies, they were all put together by the international community and that of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government, so as to strengthen governance, so that it will not be like what we had in the past. So they created these autonomous agency, gave them tenure position, so that, you know, as a president, you will not just have the exclusive right to just do anything without anybody checkmating you. To put in place check and balance, even in the executive, that there will be check and balance. So the GMAP aspects that were in Liberia, they were in all of the different government offices, or one would say government agencies, and they were helping to carve policies that will make the government to be effective, that will make the government to be strong, and that will make governance to be something that will be admired by the international world. They were basically putting in place a democratic tenets that we can live by. So that was what the international community was doing. So they prioritized the issue of governance in Liberia. One of their priority was to restore the rule of law in Liberia, the restoration of the rule of law. Their priority was to ensure that the rule of law is restored, that peace is restored, that calm is restored, that the functional duty of a government is adequately restored. So we saw them working exceedingly to ensure that governance is again restored to Liberia, because the civil war broke down everything. That the rule of law is restored, that good governance is again the hallmark in Liberia. They also focus on security. I want to welcome my own brother Jake. Jake, how are you, Chief?
Salute, boss. Everything okay?
That's great. Welcome again.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
it was their agenda to ensure that Liberia is secure, is peaceful. They were also ensuring that the people at least have food to eat, that the people get food to eat. According to Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, one of her agenda was to have a very small, effective, and efficient government. So when she took over, she said, look, over the period, we have had a very big government system, or plenty of people in the government, they're not working, they're not qualified, they're not efficient, they're not effective, and widely, let's put them down and bring small people so that we can be able to save money and etc. So she downsized people. So we saw that there were other agencies that were established and etc. etc. But one of the things that Madam Ellen Johnson also prioritized was to ensure that the people who help her to plunge Liberia into chaos, into calamity, that those people, they get their money back, that they are satisfied. One of the things that Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf ensured was to make sure that the people who help her to cause chaos in our country, to make almost 250,000 plus Liberians to die, that these people, they are rewarded, they are given pay for what they help her to accomplish. So we saw her bringing in people. We saw companies coming in Liberia. And all of these companies that came in Liberia, all of them, almost all of them, they were not fully employing people. People were just on contractor basis around the place there. I want to welcome Madam Orita Pale Reto. You are highly welcome. Juju Wenwu, thank you so much. Saidi, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Agatha Glasgow, how are you? Thank you. Ephraim, you are welcome. Alfred, you are highly welcome. So these companies that were brought in, they were not brought in because they wanted to carry on real development or to work with the people. Look, some of these companies that came in, all of the 68 or 62 or 60 whatever, some of these people, they helped to finance the war. Some of them. So they put themselves in company in the name of we get company. They took our resources, they pay themselves, and they walk away. Some of them came with their handbag. They walked away as millionaires. Some of these companies. And they did not leave any strong mark of development in Liberia. We saw people coming from abroad with the hope of coming to help to be able to structure our government system, to make the government effective and efficient. But when these people came, we saw how extravagantly these people were living, how they were giving money in salaries. Some of these people were taking up to 20,000 in salary. They were taking up to 5,000 in scratch. In fact, when you put all of their take home whatever together, some of them they were taking home $30,000. 30,000. Can you imagine? The money that was being raised by us nationally, our own revenue, it was going towards these people's pocket. And for some, because we had all of these construction company all were there, we were just on contractor basis, on contract. When they post sack you, you go on the other side. At least you know all of these different NGO, they were employing people and what have you. So the stealing that were going on, we did not really feel it because we get food to eat. And we didn't care for development, what development was going on. All we know, let get food for us to eat and we move on. And we just from war, we hungry people. Let get food to eat, go play the city. That all. So these were some of the priority of Madam Ellen Johnson selling security and other things to fill our people pocket, put them in sensitive area, and you know they get their money and they walk out. So for the 2 years, we saw what happened in Liberia. We were ripped off development. We were ripped off infrastructure development. We did not see it. You talk about raw, they were break off with the amount that we receive, the kind of international support and money that we receive from the international community. If the government priority was to develop Liberia, Liberia would have been one of the best. Because nations that just came from war, like Rwanda, for example, they had their own struggle. Look at today where they are. Everybody is boasting of Rwanda. They had their own problem, like we had our own. They had their own and other nations around us. But their priority was not like ours or for us. When President Weah came, we saw what happened under the regime of President Weah. Agenda was to ensure that development is the hallmark of the day. So we saw even in the midst of difficulties, when the whole world was at a standstill, President Weah's agenda to develop Liberia and to ensure that Liberians are equipped and developed, it did not stop. When President Weah took over, we saw an unprecedented wave of development in Liberia with the meager resources that we have using our own money. The building of hospitals, the building of roads. Not only did he start on infrastructure building, but he extended it to what we call building the human resource capacity of our nation because he believed in the people. So what did he do? He took a decision that, look, let our people who want education, let them get it with ease. So we saw him giving out what we call a tuition-free university, a policy which today that Joseph Newman Boyka then condemned yesterday and said, oh, we're premature, it was this, it was that. Today they're playing fun with it. We saw him even affecting the life of the school-going kids, people who were taking WAS and WAEC. So his agenda was to ease the burden of families. So what did he do? He said, look, I understand. It's not easy when we get job. We not get a 68 company here, around here, this, that, other thing. So what we do, the 3,000 that the woman supposed to pay, or maybe the 5,000 she's supposed to pay for her son's school fee or son wife fee, let's reduce it. government will take that particular burden, so you will be able to save $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
He said that, and he made it to become practical. Now, what did he do? He also ensured that, look, most of our people, our mothers, these domestic, what we call, economic activity, was to be able to ensure that those areas that we go to do our domestic, interaction in terms of trade and commodity, that they are conducive. So what did he do? We saw him building markets around, making the place habitable, making the place lonely, the place where human beings are supposed to be, in other words. So we saw him building we saw him building markets around the place, making it to become lively. Because you know that most of these people, that is their handwork, that is their trade. They go to sell and whatever. And the place that you sell, that place must be what we call conducive. That you must look at that place and say, yeah, that place for me to buy food. So we saw him building hospitals around. We saw him building hospitals, markets around the place. He also knew that the people should be the priority. So what did he do? He gave us scholarship. People start going out. And I have some video here that maybe I may play, where there were other Liberians who were sent abroad in South Africa and other areas to learn different trade and come back to be able to support his agenda, his youth development agenda. That's why I listened to our brother, how you call Piso, on Clarence, on how you call OKFM, and I thought he was not sincere when he said, and what did the government do in youth development? What President we did in youth development cannot be compared to what Madam Ellen Justice Salif did in her 12 years. We saw
Yes.
President we are empowering the young people. There are videos said I'm going to play. He sent them abroad and said, look, if you want to be a carpenter, be the best of carpenters. If you want to be a doctor, be the best of doctor. Whatever you want to do, be the best of it. So we saw that young people were involved. In fact, what we experienced under the regime of President Weah was we saw an increase in the education sector by young people. Many young people start, getting themselves involved in different trade, different things, different skills development, skills training program. They were involved into it. We saw an increase in the school going in the school going population. He prioritized the people. That's why his agenda was the pro-poor agenda, for the poor, for the people. That's why he kept people on job and did not remove people from on the job, and did not get rid of people. His agenda was to empower Liberians, that when Liberians are in power, then in return, they can be able to develop their country. During President Weah time, we saw an unprecedented level of infrastructure development by common people. We saw motorcyclists building home, horses in that country there. When I went there, I did an interview. There were some motorcyclists that I thought the man I was driving them a motorcycle, I ought to pay my 2 room. And I rented again. They saving me plenty of money. We saw an unprecedented level of what we call infrastructure development amongst the common people. Everybody now want to buy their land, they want to buy their land zinho, they want to buy their land buffer, they want to carry on their land development. We saw that under the regime of President Weah. To the extent that just Anima Bretta himself confessed and said, look at the border, and they just coming and they just bailing around here. They were taking pay. That's why they were using their money not beyond Red Bank, not beyond liquor shop, but they were using their money to build. In Liberia, let me tell you something. In Liberia, when you are making like $1,000, that's a plenty of money for you to save and for you to carry on good infrastructure. In America, here you're making 5,000 at the end of the month, and not enough. In the Western world, not enough. Because when you finish taking all of your bills, you get nothing left. Nothing you not get. Some of our account balance that manos that if we owing a bank. Now I looking like we are owing the bank. But we'll tell you, somebody will tell me, I'm working for $30 an hour, I'm working for $35 an hour, I'm working for $40 an hour. That money stays small. Because we have a ceiling that we can work. When we work that ceiling, that time we finish, that the bill we got to pay. So we're working all of this so that we can pay the people bill and at least be able to put a roof over our head. That's all. So what we saw in Liberia was President Weah empowering people. He did not come to take food from on people's table, but he came there to put food on people's table. So we saw him giving out loans to market women. We saw him giving out loans to other people so that at least they can be able to, empower themselves. Was everything rosy? No, it wasn't rosy. But we saw an unprecedented level of encouraging the people to be part of the economy. That's why President Weah said, we will not be spectators in our own economy. But when Joseph Boyka came, and I want to learn on this, and I will turn it over to my brother. When Joseph Numa Boyka came, the first thing we saw was Joseph Numa Boyka taking food for all Liberian tables. But dancing, Joseph Numa Boyka brought an agenda to dance the people. That is his agenda. We saw him taking people for on job, including people who were there, but tenure, who honor his regime when he served there as president of the Liberian Senate and vice president. There was a law, or in other words, there was, a law to protect these people so they can be there at tenure. We saw him taking them out of those tenure positions. We saw him taking job from people, taking food from on family table. Not only that, did we see him taking job for on people table, but guess what? Joseph Numa Boyka went to the extent of even disrespecting and breaking down the rule of law in Liberia. So his agenda was to enrich himself and the few people around him. Was told that what he did not get within the 12-year or a 40-year plus experience, the time he worked in government, that he must get it now. So under the regime of Joseph Numa Boyka, we saw him taking people from jobs. Almost 700 EPS employee. Our old man work can be sweeping on the street, at least get a little money to be able to cater to their family. He took them off. Everywhere you pass, here in Josiah Joker, they just taking our people off job. That they are spread. They're taking people off job. But yet they are increasing their salaries and benefit. They're taking the common people off the job, but they are increasing their salaries and their benefits. So they don't care about you. You are not their priority. They are their own priority. But I want to stop here, fellow Liberians, and I want to give my brother a chance to come in. My brother Jake, thank you. Welcome again.
Yeah, thank you very much. You said it all. Let me just bust up what you said.
Yes, sir.
The facts. You know what I like? The records in that day. The Unity Party only Ellen 12 years and George Weah. You cannot compare. You cannot compare. First of all, you cannot compare you cannot compare anything. That call it spade or space here. Let everybody take on that political hat. The country belongs to everybody. George Weah, fingerprint all over the country. They're in 6-year time. I shouldn't say 6 years, 4 years. 4 years because COVID came. 2 years. 2 years. The whole world was locked down. Globally, the whole world was locked down. Nobody was doing business. Nobody was doing business. Everybody locked down. The international community were not sending help to anybody. No, people were not doing enough business around the world. So for me, that 4 years, you see the main fingerprint all over the country. That facts. Let me say something. The Unity Party 12 years. Let me remind Liberia. I think the videos are there. Sheriff, Ono Ellen Johnson Sally, what we had in the country, we had generator. The whole country was using generator. That the first step, generator all over the country. Only the so-called ministers and other things had electricity. But majority of the country, majority of the people had high generator. Generator were all over the place. That in fact, the records are there. Ono Ellen, Ono Boyka as vice president, 12 years. Then when George came, generation, all that thing disappeared. The facts are there. The facts are there today. Stay on. Generator disappear on George Weah. The executive mansion today where Boyka standing, where Boyka ruling the government. You know. That's the fact. Early they were there 12 good years. They never renovated that executive mansion. They allocated money for the executive mansion on numerous occasions, but they failed to renovate that executive mansion. Who came to power before they renovate the seat of the president or the seat of the presidency? That George Weah, through Magade, Samuel today, we renovated the executive mansion today. George Weah went to the executive mansion and transferred power to Ome Boyka. So the facts are there. Electricity. Ellen spent over how many millions of dollars to bring total electricity in the country? They failed. So the country was deplorable. No roads, no feeder roads in the countries. The videos are all there. There's not about politics. No, that's the facts here. Reality, that's the fact. You cannot compare. For me, as I said, 1847, the main fingerprint all over the country. Go to the various villages and towns then. Poor housing. You need everywhere. The man's fingerprint in your history. You never have pack. 50 pack all around the world. People go play. They have their music set. The entertainer set. First of its kind, the PHP pack. It's a landmark. I'm not talking about the invisible. The invisible just a peanuts, but the PHP Pro pack, big one. So the main fingerprint all over the country, on an early name, they had United Nations controlling our security with help of the police and the military. United Nations was on the ground. Peacekeeping force was on that ground for 12 good years. But when George came to power, they pulled out of the country. And when they were leaving that country, they took all that money. Anything yet. United Nations were on that ground spending $150 million in the Liberian economy. There were remittance alone, Liberians. Then we in the West, all around the world, spending $350. So Ellie had $500 million facts. $500 million coming in your economy. So when George took the mantle of authority, United Nations pulled off $150 million left in the country. 150 left. How the government start struggling. That's how the government was start struggling under George Weah and Samuel told them today, because Samuel was smart in the advance of the World Bank and some monetary institution. They told Samuel the only way you can continue in this country, you got to harmonize. And your wage bill too high. Now how the harmonization came about, because the salary was all over the salary was too top. I remember Prince Senator making $15,000 per month. These are benefit, huge amount of money they're making it. Everybody will not pay equal. Some minister driver, they were making $1,500. Other minister driver were making $300. When Samuel came to power now, they adjust everything. How they brought about harmonization. Today, the Liberian people start complaining because why the country couldn't crumble. The main fingerprint all over the country, Now what today you can see, and they may change the narrative in our country. You change the narrative before start different politics. You got to develop the country. That's why the United Party is struggling on today to develop the nation, because the main fingerprint. That's why you see them claiming all the project, all the former president project. Then they claiming it. They say they had a blueprint. That's George and they say we will do the work, and they made famous song on that thing. So the high is looking. So you cannot compare, Prince. Nobody can compare. If we real Liberian, leave the hatred of George Weah. Leave that hatred. Let's leave the hatred. I know the hatred of George Weah in Bella, in many people, millions of people. The question I ask people, when the men were not president, the men were loved by everybody. But why when the men decide to be president, whole hell broke loose? When the men decide to be president, everybody go against the man. Even the men friends then, and they used to eat together, dance together, play football together. All of them ran away. The men are limited. No, left. You can't limit yourself. You can achieve anything you want to achieve. God said God gave you power and dominion upon this earth. He said the earth is a footstool. I gave you power and dominion upon the earth. You say you can achieve anything. Now what George Weah achieved today? He broke all glass cities, from the football field to the presidency. Now he the only first people, all of you around the world. I remember a guy from Bolivia called Morales, from a Shushan guy to the president. He became president of Bolivia. So Liberian people quick to limit themselves. Or they make up from football. So you can know the football man developed Liberia than anybody in our history. Y'all compare. Everyone bring trouble and taught me in the conversation. Y'all compare. You never had roles since independent. You never had no payroll going to all these very countries. No. You never had a since independent, one of the oldest country in the West African region, or in Africa almost. The oldest. We cannot brave for payroll and other things there. Our just jealousy. We see today now, you can know that our jealousy, why they were spreading propaganda lies. They had a whole surrogate, the propaganda team then to just spread gibberish and lies because they wanted power. But what thing have changed now? 1 year, 7 months now, going to 2 years, nothing changed. Like the United Party don't see vision. All that vision lost. All that then was sitting aside, spreading lies and propaganda, take the whole internet by storm. Every day, new news story. Today, they in power now. All of them in power. Every day, they're having cabinet meeting, but nothing working for the country. Inflation. Our economy is in the toilet, are facts. The economy is in the toilet. That government say the truth. Everybody know. You say pull up A, government telling the country they should pray. When COVID came, the CDC government never had no excuse. They move on. They work hard. The United Party, like lazy bunch of people, very lazy group of people, lazy. But they were blaming the other people. They say they're smart, they're not smart. Prince, they're not smart. At the fact that they're not smart. So you cannot compare. That comparison, no match, no. United Party 12 years, and their balances here, they coming on now. You cannot compare. There's no handmark of the president. There's no handmark of Joseph Baka in the country. You can't name me his project. You can't name me nothing new they brought on the table. No, you can't name me it. No, the only thing they're doing, they're wish hunting people. Only wish hunting people, cracking down on people, protesters, all these poor people that are earning a daily bread. That what they're doing, nothing else they're doing. Prince, the records are there at the fact. United, you cannot compare United Party 12 year or present United Party to 6 year or CDC. No. Then you'll be doing a disservice to your country. Then you mean you love your country. No, that's facing the fan here. I tell people, take all your heart, take all your political heart. Our country belongs to everybody. But at the fact, you can catalog all the main projects. You can catalog everything. You can catalog everything. The way LNA receive huge amount of money from the international community. Children never receive that kind of money. As you said, our own resources that develop tuition school, tuition free at the University of Liberia, Wyatt, all these things then. The administrative building to APRC, the free port, all these things, all the things in the making. Our airport, VIP launch, everything then. The main fingerprint is in the country, but the only thing because of greed and power and last, they never giving a second chance. They never on the street to you know the men that Georgia that legend, the man that celebrity, he legacy. But they never gave him a chance. They never gave him a chance. At the fact, they never gave him a chance because of. For me, Prince Johnson denied the second chance. Yeah, because why? They did a lot of crazy thing in Lima County there because they wanted power. And today they came to power now. Prince, look, if you look at all these guys, all the ministers in now, the Jeremiah Pia, the Mo Ali, the Amon Tue, all these guys then today that minister, that director general, they what they doing? And the city, they were complaining on CDC children. They're building their own property too, right? The best of car too. So all the thing born out of jealousy because they couldn't wait another 6 years. They couldn't wait for 12 years at that time because that first 12 years, they squandered their money, they blundered their finances. So they couldn't wait 6 years. The 6 were getting tough for them. But the news, the other 6 that are coming, it will make Georgia to become president here. It will be tough on all. They spread propaganda in this country. That how they took the microphone, they took the whole internet, brought in all the surrogate, Henry Costa, all these guys. People couldn't sleep. Everywhere, people died at the president. Anybody laid down here at the president. What happened here? It waterfall in the other community at the president. Now knowing our drainage system in the country, that old age drainage system, it been existing since trouble in town. We don't have drainage system. They just must around the capital center. That whole Broad Street, no drainage, no real drainage. They never even they have drainage, they don't clean our drainage. I tell you about 30, 40 years ago, no drainage. That's why when heavy rain pool in our country, the whole country flooded because we don't have a drainage system. They used to blame it. You can imagine they used to blame that kind of that disaster there, unprecedented. So now they will take pictures from Nigeria, from other floods, from different African countries. They will put on the internet, Liberia. So they destroy CDC with propaganda. Now they're ruling, they cannot, now they're ruling now. Now they're ruling the country. You cannot govern. You cannot govern with lies and propaganda. When you say you bid this, everybody will see it. So it's easy for you to deceive the people when in opposition. But when you're ruling the country, you cannot deceive the people. That's why they're catching tough time. So anything they're doing now, people fast checking it, people putting in all their things in. That's why and the foreign minister.
Yeah, Cyril Bessenyati.
Yeah, when a few days ago, presented gift to Bwaka, he telling Joseph Bwaka that Donald Trump saying him. That kind of disgrace. First of all, president, first of all, Bwaka finished committing himself to the American government. Say, come and do a survey, bring your technology and do a survey for us here. Then you will tell me the president will give you gain. Like me, it's a pay for play. Even if Donald Trump gave you gift, even the Congress, the Democrats on that side, they can impeach you. They can impeach you. Even, let me tell you something. That they're not picking all in the country. And Sherry, Beslo, if I were Bwaka, sorry, if I was advisor to Bwaka, I would suspend that woman. You know why? She throwing the president on the, first of all, in our constitution, the president not allowed to take gift. The president not allowed to take gift, that pay for play. You can be impeachable, you can be impeached. You can be impeached for that. So the foreign minister made, I think she threw the president on the bus. Yeah, if we have a smart legislature, and I choose the president receive gift, problem for the president. Because you went to America just recently, then you commit yourself for them to come to talk about your resources. Then you take gift from the president of America. I pay for play. You can pay for play. So there was, for me, it was a lie. If you go to the American Whitehall website, you don't see nothing. Even if Donald Trump want to present gift, let's say for the sake, if Donald Trump want to present gift, the ambassador, the American ambassador will not accompany you to present that gift. Who represent America in Liberia? The American ambassador. So if Trump giving gift to after our president Joseph Bwaka, who should have know the first person to know that the ambassador, then the ambassador, our foreign minister will accompany the ambassador because he representing America. Say, oh, Mr. President, on behalf of America, Donald J. Trump, what I represent here, there's a gift for you. But if you look at the video, the ambassador was not present. So they just came together, play the old man. He just received, get up. For me, that photo up. That was just a photo up.
I know.
Because what they went to achieve, what they want to achieve in America, they're not achieving. Because you have to remember, the Gabonese leaders, they were rejoicing in Libreville. He took away $5 million. $5 million. I think 5 billion, 5 billion, 5 million, something that I know the exact number.
$5 million. $5 million.
Yeah, $5 million. He wore a marker hat. Make America great again. Celebrating Libreville surrounded by his loyalists then. Imagine our president came with nothing. Nothing. But then they play that said, they say, oh, Donald Trump give you gift. They don't, diplomacy don't work that way. No, they don't work that way. So it's a photo op. They're just trying to fool the Liberian people, but some are smarter than them. No, nobody naive anymore. Because everything on social media now, anything you can find out about. You won't find out about Donald Trump trip tomorrow. You can find out about when you go in Java tomorrow. You won't know. You know. Next week coming Scotland. Next week going to Scotland. Next week going to all the things on social media. All the things on website. So you cannot. How can the president give? It's a pay for play. No. So she deliberately lied to the president. If the president's smart and gets somebody, they can suspend her for lies. It's just, why? What can I give? Why don't you get the president gift? You remember again? You remember Prince before you come in? You remember when Georgia took the mantle of authority? A guy from Burkina Faso were giving private plane to President George Weah to use an easy burden because they just came to power. The whole Unity Party, the opposition bloc, they went on that story. Oh, that pay for play, blah, blah, until the president had to return that plane back.
Sure.
Until the president had to return that plane back to the owner in Burkina Faso. The men that were giving plane to just ease our burden on traveling. Because the president traveling, it will be a huge amount of money, taxpayer money. So Georgia were trying to ease it in. They came with all that story. Oh, I pay for play, all these things, they cause laws. But that plane story just died down. So when a president giving gift, forget it. That's serious problem.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother. I want us to look at this issue of Zoom Lion, and I'm going to start on this. You see, fellow Liberians, the reason why I choose that today we should talk about what this government is prioritizing, and as I've explained, the Unity Party government is not prioritizing the people, but they are prioritizing themselves. You know, I felt so bad, and with no disrespect, Ghana is one of our closest, country that most Liberians always go to, whether for medical or whatever, they always go to. In fact, that country has been so magnanimous to us during the war. They opened their borders, they opened their doors, and we went there. And we are grateful for that. We are grateful. In fact, at one point in time, also, Liberia was almost like the home of Ghanaians. I remember during their own heydays, their economy, down trading, how you call days. Ghanaians were in Liberia, we open our doors to them. So it is not a strange thing for them to open their doors to us, during the time of our own struggles. But this is what I want to say. It is unfortunate that Joseph Numa Boyka is prioritizing foreigners over Liberians. Something that I believe will never happen in Ghana. I started by saying Ghanaians, they have this parable. In the whole wide world, we love ourselves the best. They always say they are the best. So it is this issue of Zoom Lion. I want to ask you, fellow Liberians, I really want to ask you, what is Zoom Lion doing in Liberia that Liberians themselves cannot do, that the government cannot do? So Joseph Numa Boyka preferred to make other people rich over Liberians. Joseph Numa Boyka, to the extent that, look, you will take a waste to manage dumper, that get dumper, to take there here, bring it here, get machine to cross the there, safety they want to do, that their work Liberian cannot do, fellow Liberians. You see, that's the reason why we struggle, because we are not empowering our own. That what you see, most Liberians are very poor. When you give them chance, they go in government, they steal. Other nations around Ghana, they will empower themselves. Ghanaians will empower themselves. In fact, in the market, before Ghanaian, when you go in Ghana and sell it in the market, you as a foreigner, before they even buy from you, they will buy from their own people before they buy from you. And I don't blame them because of that.
You know They how will they see foreigner themselves.
Thank you. You don't see that.
But
for us to take Zoom Lion, a very questionable, how you call, entity. That entity was in Liberia during Madam Ellen Johnson's lifetime. What they did in Liberia was very horrible. Very, very horrible. Very horrible. They have their records, they're very horrible. So you want to tell me there are not Liberians investors? So this government is not able to give Liberians the opportunity? Because according to information, there is one guy who has a company in Liberia, decided that he wanted to take on that particular initiative. And they deny him. Harrison 4, according to the information that we have gathered. One Harrison 4. This Harrison 4 guy, he's based in the States here, but he have his own, late thing going on, and really wanted that particular contract. And they deny him. A Liberian by the name of 4, he wanted to take on that particular contract. He was denied. They took that particular contract and gave it to Zoom Lion, a Ghanaian company. Hey man, why will you do this, Mr. Boyka? Liberians that voted for you. So Liberians are not sophisticated enough. They do not have the technical know-how and connection to be able to clean there and bring machine that will be able to cross the there and manage the there. They can't do it. In Ghana, there are no Nigerian company that are taking care of the people there. No.
Never.
No, how you call Guinean company that taking care of electricity? They know. There are no Sierra Leone company that is taking care of the people. Maybe one will say infrastructure. They know. It is themselves. To the extent that even in Ghana, before you open some kind of big company, a Ghanaian must be part of that particular, maybe the
Yes.
corporate head or so. They must be part. What happened to the liberalization policy under Joseph Numa Boyka? Why is
Yes.
Joseph Numa Boyka so wicked to Liberia? What did Liberia do to you that you will be wicked to us like this? The bar we there. One of Americans say, we used to get up for that bar do or I do a bar. The bar Liberia do or I do the bar.
The message.
Them to vote for
The
you, for
message.
Liberians to
Think
vote for you.
Liberia be Liberia now.
Thank you. Who told us that we should think Liberia, build Liberia, and this Liberia? Then you take a company and give it to a Ghanaian to just clean there for around the place, to just take there, bring there here, put there, and cross the there and turn it into this. And you know what these guys have done? That why you see Stanton is an angry man. The Zoom Lion is now using Spoon FN now to be their own mouthpiece. They are their own PR. Their own PR there.
And he allowing it.
Look, oh yeah,
He's Central allowing.
oh yeah, the man, he's the PR for Zoom Lion now. He's the PR for Zoom Lion. He's the PR for Zoom Lion. Now, these are people who will tell you that they want a better Liberia. These are the people. That's why I always tell you on this particular life. Look, my people, we are not chasing cloud. We are not here to appease anybody. We are here to say what is fact. There is no way, absolutely no way, a Ghanaian media will want to promote a foreign national over their own. They will never want to do it. That's why I continue to tell you that people that stand on Waterspoon do not follow them. These people, they are criminals. They're only doing these things. When you see them verse, they're talking is because the thing where they're expecting in Akaye, they're not getting their own share ye. They still meaning them. But this is a man, I would say, Liberians. I want Liberians. So are there not Liberian company that can be able to clean there in our place there? That you prioritize a different company or Liberia? Then Joseph Numa Boyka was saying, I said, Team Liberia, like you said, my brother, Team Liberia, love Liberia. When that war moved from that man mouth, it's almost like it's insulting to Liberians. How will you talk about thinking Liberia and you deny somebody like how you call a Liberian own company to take there for in the street to manage there? How will we even be able to build our own economy? These people that will make the money, they will just try to employ Liberian few, the bulk of the money is going back to Ghana. And I don't blame them for that. If you don't know your own wealth, somebody who know their own wealth, they will come and take advantage of you. And that's what is happening. But Joseph Numa Boyka lie has been exposed where they love Liberia, think Liberia, build Liberia. If you love Liberia and think Liberia and build Liberia, you will take that particular contract, look for Liberians and give it to them. You will look, in fact, you will sponsor Liberians. That's what you will do. You will even give loan to a Liberian company to even carry on that particular process.
Prince, and I'm cutting up. They don't have some Unity Party people that were dying for the main America to bring that kind to establish that kind of business. I think that similar small thing, that recycling business. You recycle and die. So a member of a Unity Party that live in the city, these guys, some of them that get money. That were parading and they get money. So they cannot come and take over that thing and bring some machine. The machine is cheap all around the world these days.
Boyka is cheap all around the world. Incompetent. Boyka is saying all of them are incompetent. They are only money doubler. They only know how to work in government. They get big mob for nothing, big mob with nothing behind it. Nobody in Unity want to go manage there in our country.
They good for them. Prince, a good for them. A good for them. They were criticizing. Oh, yeah, they come on, that recycling thing you're talking about. Come on, recycling. Machinery, they're not expensive anymore. Like two brothers and two friends can join. Two friends can join and establish and buy a machine and come in the country, employ Liberians, get a lesson, pass through the lesson later. We're gonna meet and get a lesson. Then, as you said, Ghanaians are nationalists. You can never see foreign businesses in Ghana. Plenty of foreign businesses in Ghana. I remember all our ladies who passed through Ghana before. There was a time in Ghana, the Ghanaian people were cracking down on Nigerians. Nigerians were cracking down on them. They are a dangerous set of people. They can never give you chance in a country, Accra or Ghana. They can never. But they get it. But when I'm blaming the United Party government, all the Northern used to be causing Probably like PRO, say you say Stanton doing for them. Probably Stanton can get share in that business also. Because he's a sneaky guy. He's a very sneaky guy. Probably doing PROs for them. Probably he follow that particular organization, that particular people in business. He could buy share in a business. And say, oh yeah, they have problem.
For me, look, to admit, I do not have any problem with Liberians taking over, whether they belong to Unity Party or whatever party. I don't have problem. But what I am concerned about is that you will look at a foreign company and not even empower your own people. What government will do, like, for example, here, right, in the Western world, if you have, for example, a business plan, you can take it out there, people will help you and put it together, and you can be able to how you call or look for a loan. In fact, that was what President Weah did in Liberia. Now, I don't want you to believe it. I'm about to play you a video. President Weah set up a kind of loan scheme for Liberians. That if you know you invest in the country, thank you. You're able to invest, turn to the play, bring your plan, bring everything, go to the bank. The bank will work along with you and give you that money. So you want me, Joseph Newman Brecker, who passing a riot saying love Liberia, think Liberia, build Liberia. What Liberian people did to this man, my people. And my brother Jake, I want to play that video so our people can see it. Oh, yeah, I want to play that video so that our people can be able to see what we're talking about here. That is not just story that we are making up. No, we are not making up story. It's not story we are making up here. President, we have set up a kind of loan scheme for Liberians businesses that they will go there, be able to take money from that particular loan and help themselves. That's what they will do. So you prefer a Ghanaian company, a foreign company over your own people? So there are nobody in the Unity Party that are able to take on that particular contract? Nobody?
But now, why they were bringing out bosses, that Awodo bosses, then also, you remember that Awodo bosses that people called also and they went back? That is the same thing. That is the same thing. The people are not tell you this thing. Prince, the people were on jealousy. Nothing. The people they never came to govern the country. No, they're not about the country. That's it. They just came for jealousy to take the other people from power. Because what the other people were doing, because they were broke. They were broke. All of them were broke. They were lame dog. They were lame dog. So they decided to spread propaganda to come to power. And today we're seeing a result.
Definitely, we're seeing the result.
Nothing they're doing in the country presently. Look at our healthcare system.
I say we're coming to the
machine. What the president brought a machine for the kidney. And problem with A. Problem. GFK having serious problem.
Oh yeah, the people against Sunday. Yeah, here is the stuff here I want to show to Liberians. When I told you from the very beginning that President, we are prioritized the people, we're not saying because we want to say. So we are giving you video evidence of these things.
Yes. So
it's the loan scheme that President we are launched for Liberian businesses. That Liberian could go there, take money, invest, and at the end of the day, you pay small. Here is it. Let's play this video. But the man who will tell you say things like Joseph Newman Brecker used lies and scheme to come to power. This is President Weah initiative of empowering Liberians so that they themselves can be empowered to invest in their own economy. Don't believe it. Let's listen to the video here.
The Liberian Bank for Development and Investment, I hereby present this check of $3 million to the Ministry of Commerce and Industry for onward transmission to the Liberian Bank for Development and Investment, who will administer the program. Now, Minister Tapper, I want to say this before I give you this check. Minister Tapper, let me say this, and I want to say to the Liberian people. When I was a professional soccer player, I I use my own money for your benefit and to develop you without no fear. As president, I will use your money on you without no fear or favor. I will build your roads. I will build your hospitals. I will give you free tuitions. I will build your capacity. I will support your businesses without no fear or favor. As we accept the blood of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Here is it, fellow Liberian. Let me take this from there and I will go back to my brother. This is an evidence, my brother, of President William having $3 million exclusively for Liberians and said their thing will be the Ministry of Commerce and that of the bank. Bring your businesses, write your proposal, let it be fine, take it to the bank, they will look at it, they will evaluate it, the people will do whatever they're supposed to do, and they will give you the money so that you can invest in Liberia. My brother, how can you compare this to this old man who lied, think Liberia, love Liberia, build Liberia, and today he is not even empowering Liberians, but he is taking the little that Liberians are supposed to use to empower themselves, that we can create our own millionaires. After the government should be after, creating an atmosphere where Liberians can be able to invest and they will make money and spend it in their own economy, then taking Liberian money or taking the money and sending it abroad. How do you really, how do you compare this, my brother? Let's hear from you.
Thank God you play this video. If somebody, all the followers here, if you just digest yourself just for 1 minute and listen to a voice, you will regret why the Unity Party came to power. Yeah. The man said in that video, when you were playing soccer, I was using my own money to help Liberians all around the world. My own money. Now I took the mantle of authority. I will use your taxpayer money on you with no fear and favor. You catalog everything, $3 million. $3 million charity for the LBDR bank, $3 million. When it over to the monetary people, the monetary machine people like the Samuel to all these guys, you get your project whatsoever, you can go for a loan. This was in the right direction. He said, I will build your roads. I will build your hospital. He cataloging a lot of things. If you watch that video, you will say, yeah, Prince Johnson, Prince Johnson nasty the country because why they cheated in Nima County. Prince, let's leave the political, let's leave our affiliation. There's a God, a king in modern history to change the country because of hatred, propaganda. And our society was seriously gullible society. They ran with the negativity. Today, why on us today, and the Unity Party. I said, Prince, I said something to the people. I said something here. I said, in 3 to 4 years' time, by 2027, watch a statement. People must keep this video. I don't think us out of the box. I get common sense. Most of the people in the Unity Party will resign. They will resign. You know what they can resign now? It's the early stage of government because they're making money now. So they cannot resign. But when they go 4 years into it, they not acquire enough money. You will see most of them coming, most of them ministers will come out, they will tell the president you're proceeding the wrong way. He sacked and said no problem, they already acquired money. But the early stage, you will never see none of them talking. But 2027, in the middle of 2027, 2028, people will jump the ship. They will jump that ship because they know all the cabinet meeting they're going to, they're not achieving no result. The president have traveled in a short period of time to different countries. No result. They don't bring in no bacon, nothing coming to the country, nothing at all. Just traveling. So this video, little bit move me. This video you play, yeah. If you look at it, you will say, oh, but then real Liberian people, I love that country. Let leave George we have story. Let leave George we have the hatred. Leave the football side. Leave whatsoever. But there is a guy that came to power to say, I saw this country. Our outside of this country, I play for this country. I sacrifice for this country. I sacrifice for my people. If I take this seat, I would try for the people. A fingerprint all over the country.
Sure.
You can. It's fingerprint, Haiti or not, a fingerprint. The United Party cannot match him. Now, what today, they're fighting hard for him to not come because he changed the narrative in that country. All the so-called elite, the so-called brokish people, they elite, they liars in. Why you got to check their credentials? Most of them, they lie. They were never even having that real credential. They just lie, they elite, they die. No. If you look at it, Liberia was depending on both. Liberia today be better than Ivory Coast in development, but they got changed and brought developmental politics that the Unity Party can grasp on. So the particular video, thank you for playing the video. Every follower when I see this video, I think most of them will keep the video. The man was cataloging what you would do. I will pay your hospital. I will do this. I will do this. I will pay your rules with no fear and favor. I will use your taxpayer money. Free University of Liberia, free wire fee, building school. He subsidized. Look at that thing. He subsidized our stable food. Our stable food. The government subsidized our stable food. Our rest. What they used to cost no. He subsidized it. The government did it. That's why the back of rest were cheap on the market. Because the government spent, I think, over 2 to 3 million out of subsidize that rest to all the importers in. So they were on the right track. I was just nasty propaganda. I told people the United Party, they spread the whole group of the cabal of the opposition. They paid money for propaganda. They won the propaganda war. That was brought into power now. So in every part of it, they won the propaganda war. That was today in CDC who have voted out through cheating of Prince Johnson and other people. But that video digested the problem, yeah.
Sure. And you see, my brother, you are very right. And that's why we'll continue to tell Liberians. And this is the reason why Liberians will have to go out tomorrow in their numbers. Because what this government is doing is completely wicked. That wickedness. Every government, even President, let's take for an example now. You see the America now that we're in? President Trump wants to empower his own people. Americans.
Yeah.
Make America great again.
Great again, yes.
Don't make anybody great. In fact, all the people that he called, those guys that came here, this president that were here, it was about the interest of America.
Yes.
It was not about the interest of Gabon. It was not about the interest of whatever. Even that money that they gave Gabon was for the interest of America.
America, yeah.
That American interest should be protected. So every country will be able to prioritize her own. Every country will create an avenue where her own people can be in power. What happened to the Liberianization policy? That Joseph Numa Burka will jump around. Love Liberia, think Liberia, build Liberia. Is this the way you love in Liberia? Is this the way you think in Liberia? Is this the way you will build Liberia? No other person can build Liberia except Liberians themselves. So nobody in Liberia can be able to organize or have a cleaning company to take over there, take there from here, bring it here, take there from here, bring it here. You're not able. So the whole Unity Party, everybody that spend their money, Unity Party people in America, hey, we're collecting money, from there. So you're in America, it's a shame and a disgrace for Unity Party people in the America.
It's true, yeah, it's true.
It's a shame and a disgrace.
It's for them. It's for them. Not CDC. It's for them.
Sure. Joseph Numa Burka disgrace you. Because you are causing all the men competent, all the qualified, all the men are there, all the men are there. So the qualified and competent men now, you are qualified and competent. The men are kind of put for you to get opportunity. He taking it from you, he giving it to Ghanaian. So it means you people are a bunch of fools. Joseph Numa Burka know that you people just get beat more. You can just lie and lie enough to get to power, but you don't get no means of making sure that you can put money together to carry development to Liberia. Can you imagine? It's a shame. It's a disgrace.
I can't blame for that. It's good for the United Party. Damn, where else out? It's good for them.
Look, this is it's one of the, it's disgraceful and it's shameful because all of the education that we say we get, you boast of the education. You know who I'm at? You know who I'm at? So you cannot use your education to be able to help my people. In fact, they got these machines here. when you even get that contract, let's agree that you go for that particular contract, you bid for the contract, and you get the contract. There are companies here who can even give you those machines, and you can pay small on it. You can pay
Yeah.
small.
Yeah.
Once they know that you have, a contract that is authentic, they can give you things,
But,
and you will pay for it small.
Prince, anybody paid for that contract set before they gave it to the Ghanaian company?
Well, we don't know. It was not even out. We see nothing like that.
How did they have any bidding processes?
No.
No bidding process. So they just pay peak because they won't get a cut, they won't get a kickback.
Sure.
For me, this about kickback. They won't get a kickback, so they bring a special company. They bring a special company from Ghana to say, yeah,
I just received an information. Somebody said Jojo Boyka has how you call wow. So Jojo, okay, I just received this information that Jojo Boyka is also doing business with that company. He also has a share in it.
It's a pay for play.
Of recent. Yeah, Jojo Boyka. Yeah.
Why the Liberian people sleeping? How can the president
wow. Jojo Boyka.
How can the president so influence that kind of contract? They call it pay for
Jojo
play.
Boyka.
You shouldn't be part. Oh, come on, man. Our country? No, the country finished. The country finished. Please, the country finished.
Wow.
The president.
So, according to the information, he said Jojo Boyka, how you call Siafa, and that of how you call this guy from the port, Dukle. Say these three guys, they have interest in that particular company. They are shareholders. Wow.
Oh, wow. It good for the propagandists that were causing north or on social media. What a George Lobo then now? What a Henry Costa Petro then now? When they can't talk again, the whole day they were talking about pay for play. Yeah, whole day they were causing north on Joey's song in the chant all day in this, in that. The begin will not even take part, don't come close to the presidency for a father. He will not even involve, for no company. You don't do this. You don't do this as a president. President don't get involved with this kind of thing. No. Because you will influence your president, you will influence your father. Because why? He's the president of the country. A serious breach there. Serious breach. They can refer you, they can indict you for that kind of thing. No, if we have a real powerful legislature and Richard Kune really want to do that daily job, they were not appointed by Boyka. When Richard Kune won't step up that game, this kind of thing, Yobi Kanka don't talk about. This kind of thing they don't sort of talk about.
Wow.
They lie. They don't know what they lie. They don't know what they lie. They lie. They use of course, though. I told you the guy didn't get no relevance in that country. They just wanted to. They were just greedy for power. They just wanted money. Because especially they don't know. They don't already old. He never had money, so he cajoled the Liberian people. He said he the like. Today now he's silent. He mute. He mute now. He get a bobo. They let him blind. They let bleach. He knows they can't say nothing. That only the president needs to lie.
Wow.
They remember
this is
President Benin Conto. You remember President Benin Condominium. President get horses in Ghana. He get it one. So gibberish that was spreading. So lies. Today what they in. All of them staying silent. They're not even living in the house. They're not even living in the country. Today, all that noise they used to cause now. First of all, the thing that are about for me for Delone and Yomi Kankane, they're not United Party people. They're not United Party. They are all Liberty Party people. And not Bronsky rolling. Councillor Bronsky rolling in that grave. May so rest in peace. You're rolling because the way they put the Liberty Party through now. Look at the Liberty Party to the least party now in the Republic of Liberia. They don't even feel presidential candidate. They're scared. Nothing. Yeah, they damaged the main party. They damaged Bronsky party. And then message go to Nyomi Kankane. I say you damage that main party for greed and power. Power. They made a challenge the election in Republic of Liberia. I went on record to challenge, went to the Supreme Court. Just buried the main party, that man rolling in a grave. He can't believe it. He can't believe a party that he the Boyka. I remember he canceled up. The videos are there. He used to call them, see Boyka. He used to call Boyka the troublist. He said Boyka was he so called in trouble politics. Then youngly then can't fall below that self. Yeah. They can even say to rebrand a party. What the main daughter? Where is daughter? Charlie Bronski today. You want a vast stand-up bearer to the Arizona comics. You lose the election. Come back and rebrand your party. You damage the main Liberty Party. You damage the main Liberty Party. All of you know that buffoon in the country now. You can't even talk nothing. You can talk. You're not even presidential candidate. You're not no fight for the Liberty Party. No fight for the Liberty Party. The opposition. They're not member of the Unity Party. They're not member of the Unity Party. All of them came together. The Unity Party already ruling the country now. Where you're staying for your party? As I told people, the Liberty.
Hello? Oh, wow. Okay, we are receiving some glitches from his end. But you know, fellow Liberians, it is sad, right? It is sad. That's why I began by asking the question, what is Mr. Boyka prioritizing? Is he prioritizing the Liberian people? Now, this, the reason why I want to stress on this is for you to see the deception in these people. It's for you to see the lies that these people will carry on. These people will sit down and they will lie and tell you, thing Liberia, build Liberia, jump Liberia, this Liberia, that Liberia. But when it comes to the practicality, when it comes to actualizing what they are saying, they are far from the reality. So it's a disgrace to even you members of the Unity Party, because you took over and said you coming to rescue. Is this the rescue that we are talking about? Is this the rescue? That today, fellow Liberian, job will be taken from Liberia. Look, for example, at the Ministry of Transport. Job that the Transport Ministry should be doing, they're taking it now and giving it to Lebanese people. They're taking it and giving it to Lebanese. Is this the Liberia that you say you love, Joseph Yuma Boyka?
The country finished my Liberia traffic management.
Yeah, Liberia traffic. Imagine they're talking and giving it to Liberia traffic management. Look, Joseph Yuma Boyka priority is not for Liberia. It's not for Liberian. It's not about Liberian. Yes, sir.
Prince, that's about trying to signal people now that you may not take. If you take investor in the country, do not buy your story as a Liberian. Yeah.
Wow.
If you can see this kind of thing going on, and you get luck to convince somebody in the West or around the world to bring them to invest in the country, you think they will give you the chance? They will not give you the chance because you are Liberian. You bring in somebody, they will not give you the chance. So they prefer, they prefer Lebanese then. They prefer Ghanaians. Who dare you Liberian to go to Lebanon and get chance there?
No, you can never.
You not see any Liberian businesses in Lebanon? You crazy? Are you crazy? You wanna do labor work in Lebanon? In Lebanon. Let us ask Liberian that are living in Lebanon. Liberian saying that left Liberia to go to Lebanon. That when the Lebanese bombed by what girls and took them and their family to Lebanon. Go see what kind of work they're doing there. They're cleaning houses.
Oh, yeah. In fact, they're using it even as slaves.
Yes. Facts. In Lebanon, right here, Beirut. Go there.
You know, my brother, I want us to talk on this, right? Before we move on to the next issue. Our people are already suffering. We are in a place where even Liberians, and there's the reason why you see most of our people, they die of curable diseases. With no disrespect. In our day, age, and time, something like malaria is still killing people.
Yes,
I mean, common curable diseases. I mean, something that people can just join the store, buy some kind of drugs that you don't even need some kind of strong doctor knowledge or prescription where you can just go and just buy your lay malaria drugs. It's still killing people in our country. People cannot even afford. So because of that, people sit down home and take self-medication. At the end of the day, some of these medications, they destroy themselves.
Yes.
After this, government should be looking for a way to be able to help Liberians. President, we are saying, let our children go to school. We will pay the school fee at government. We will pay the tuition. After Joseph Numa Boyka will come and say, you know what? Let our people go to hospital. When it comes to, for example, any woman that get, maybe, let's say, when it comes to these prenatal activities,
let's say
they will go there, we'll pay for it. Yeah, when you're pregnant, we'll pay for it. But do you know that this government has come now is increasing? In fact, this government,
Yeah.
something that has never been done before. I never see it. I want to show you this, my people. I want to show us this. This is it here. Do you know that now the government of Liberia is now even legalizing corruption now in the hospital, setting fees? Already, the thing they even set fees when doctor then ready, when nurses then ready, they can take money for our people. Look at how dangerous this is. That the government of Liberia, through the Ministry of Health, Republic of Liberia, they have published an official list of service fee to be implemented at all public hospitals nationwide. This indicates that certain services that were previously offered free of charge will now require payment. And you see that? And you see? So during President Weah time, some of those services, or even let's say during the time of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, some of these services that were free for Liberians, you go to the hospital, they free consulting. Now, under the Unity Party government, they finish adding money to it. Here is it. Don't even believe what I'm saying. Here is it. You see here? Here's the list here. Let me make this thing big for our people to see. Here is it. So, registration for adult, 16 years old. Why in some hospital it used to be free? When you go there, you just do your lay, you get your lay information. This time they say in an adult that 200 Liberian dollar, and you know that it will not be 200. My people, let's be sincere. We know Liberia. We are Liberian. We know ourselves. We know what we're capable of doing. Now that the government have approved this, it's almost like we are giving you a trump card for you to be corrupt. That's what they are saying. Because it means at the end of the day, somebody who cannot even afford, you people even get job. Somebody who cannot afford when they go to the hospital for him, say, oh man, anything not 200 that government will press. Because imagine even on vehicle, the prices that government can set and say, look, all vehicle, when you take somebody from point A to point B, you got to pay this amount. The vehicle people ain't even listening to it. That's the first thing.
Yeah.
Driver, people who driving car, the people that who just common driver, when you tell them say from year to year that $10, government can bread it big. They put it on paper. It say Ministry of Transport say this is the fare. Driver then second listen to it. They have much more than hospital. So it's like the government have just added to the suffering of the Liberian people. So they say adult now registration they will pay $200. Pregnant women will pay $200. In some other hospitals, it's free. Can you imagine? Can you imagine the public hospital? The public hospital, the government hospital. But Joseph Newman Bueka is using millions of dollars in the name of you going to lobby or you traveling. But yeah, they say pregnant women will now be paying 200. If I even make it big and sunny, okay, I'm sure all of you are seeing it. Let me reduce it here and let's go through it quick. Let's go through it quick. So Ada now will be paying 200 Liberian dollars, which will be more than that. Pregnant women will pay 200 Liberian dollars. Children from 0 to 15 years old, they will pay $100. They say doctor services provide free consulting. Look at somebody will register. Then you say they must go see doctor, it will be free, that free consulting. Look at the kind of nonsense here. You see the kind of stupidity? They play that's supposed to be free. You not make it free. But they play that ain't supposed to be free. That what kind of data will go? No, let's be fair, let's be sincere. Even those of us here in this Western world, right? The only thing that is blessing us, we get insurance, medical insurance. But we go see doctor. Sometimes you know how much our insurance company pay you to go for consulting. Some of them they pay up to, sometimes we come from there, that's somewhere around $500 or $600 to just for consulting. So you are telling us that they say doctors, service provider, and consultation will be free. Then you can hear say accommodation, ambulance service will be 2,000 Liberian dollar. My people, anyway, 2,000 Liberian dollars. Fees, okay. Then they say medical or death certificate, 500 Liberian dollar. Birth certificate, 1,500 Liberian dollar. Look at. 1,500 Liberian dollar. Medical report, $500. Patient feeding, 2 times per day, the 500 Liberian dollar. Hospital stay per day, the 500 Liberian dollar. Then they say admission, hospitalization, general ward, medical surgery, etc. $1,000. OB ward, And you see there, $800. GYN ward, 1,000 Liberian dollar. Pete ward, a small children ward at $200 and $300. Yeah, let go down. $300. Then the guy say RCU, that is the ER ward, 2,000 Liberian dollars. Private ward, 5,000 Liberian dollar. $25 US per extra hospital day stay. Then we come here and say immunization, ANC, PNC, FP, etc. They say free, which we know will not be free. It will not be free. And they say injection and dressing room services, that $200. Surgical procedure and operation. Okay. Gynecology, that is the OBGYN. They say here, I don't see anything here, but they say cesarean section, 50 United States dollars.
To circumcise a child.
Yeah, cesarean section, maybe operation, whatever. They say, $50. Then it's technology, GYN related, and they say 100 United States dollars. Look. Normal vaginal discharge. They want to say for how you call pregnant women, what they will do surgery on you. Pregnant, they can't do surgery on you. You pay $40. But when you go there, you born normally, they say that $5 US or the Liberian dollar equivalent. My people, you see what we're talking about here? You see what we're talking about? Listen here, you see what we're talking about? This is basically just telling Liberian that, look, you stay home and get your die, in other words. Because the government start to attach this kind of price on these things. The first thing is the doctor will not even listen to this nonsense. Because when you go there, in fact, it's about to be difficult. Because the thing the doctor will tell you, and government say you must pay $200, go bring your own injection. Go bring your own medication. This is what it's about.
Yeah, they already buying it.
Yeah, as I speak to you now, they ain't even there, they put buying it. So right now with these things, you have just put the people in danger. You have just made the people vulnerable to this hospital. My brother, let's hear from you on this. This is terrible. Wow.
Praise. I told you the Unity Party don't have idea. They don't have money. I always emphasize the thing, but people can be asking me, but Jake, what you mean by that? The country, the Unity Party, they broke. They're trying to generate funds to pay salary. All that money they cut it away. All that thing they emphasize here. All the list anemia, $5, 1,000 for all public all around Liberia. They just donate to pay salary. They will take that money, they pack it and pay that. They pay that. Yeah, that's for salary. You think for what? For salary. Okay, all that money. Where you going to? They're going to special cover, then they pay salary. Because they cannot afford to pay these people. The people complaining, the health workers are complaining all over the country. I think when they were talking with human has our pay, human has our vote. Yes, it's good for them. It's good for the health workers themselves. It's good for them. It's good for everybody in the country. Prince, I will be real here. Good. The men I was trying for them. They say, oh, the men even increase that pay. Even if you're going to win the presidency, you're going to win another 10, you are increasing there again. So they say you harmonize our pay, we harmonize your vote. Yeah, they harmonize a vote now. The people that you're rescuing your brought in power now, they're sucking it up to the Liberian people down. They were all doing all kind of things. This is a result to jeopardizing our healthcare system. So, what you're going to do? A lot of people with you apologizing for it. A lot of people will die. Let me tell you, and I said there are 3 great principles to become a great society. Number 1 in this world, all human beings, your health plan number 1. You got to put your health in order. Healthcare is not a joke. It's not a thing for people, for a nation to play with, for a country for a government to play with. In Europe, anybody play with the people healthcare system, that government will crumble. We get affordable healthcare system in the Western world. in the Western world, especially in Europe, here, that the bare rack of these people that because your health make you to live longer. Like your health making you to live longer. Well, these all our things then. Health come number one. We're all health. I guess I can say the men that even the men that invented the iPhone, the men that brought the iPhone in America, they call Steve Jobs. He had poor health. He had poor health. He died from pancreatic cancer. He had all the billions in the world. Money can solve it. No, your health come number one. So the United Party, they can be massacre a lot of people that they fat here. They can be because all the vulnerable people who don't have money, no job in the country. Then you put in price tag on all these things. Then for me, there's a fundraising program. They just raising fund. They're trying to raise enough fund. Yeah, there's a fundraising program. To tell you raise a lot of fund to pay this work, to pay these nurses and doctors. And for me, yeah, to take it because they don't have money. They won't take it from the people they are sent. They won't take it from the Liberian people. So when you go to a hospital now, you're in serious trouble. You're in serious trouble. Health can number one in this world. Your health is number one. Anybody to achieve greatness, you got to put your health in order. That's a bare rack of any great society. So when you trample on this kind of bare rack of us nation, you crumbling the nation. Because if you don't have good healthcare system, how can the people construct the roads? How can the people go to work? So all lead to nothing. All that nurse people looking at people costing no money. No, your health can number one. So a lot of great people, they don't play with our healthcare system. They don't play with our health. They do everything for them. Maybe you talking about after here you talk about security, yes, and other things. So the United, this is I think they're raising fund. Wow. They're raising fund. They're raising fund to pay our workers.
It is unfortunate because the first thing is let's look at our health sector, right? This is something that is seriously challenged. Since President Weah left, in fact, of recent, we saw what was happening, where people said no drugs was in the hospital. And Joseph Newman Boyka came and said, oh, we get drugs. Only for them to go and do their own, investigation and acts. People say, but no drugs in the hospital here. To the extent that doctors, they can even leave the hospital and go to their private clinic. Then you putting this kind of thing on and telling them you're paid this amount, you're paid that amount. You know what is happening? You are exposing the people to now danger.
But you are exposing them to danger. Giving the medicine to all the public hospital, the doctors, the nurses, the doctors, they take it, they carry to the private. The people, most of the doctors, they get private pharmacy. They get private pharmacy. So they take the medicine and carry to the private. They care. When you come into that hospital, you will buy your own things. You will buy your own injection, all the things in. Wow. They will just list the thing there for you, and then they say they give you the slip. They say go buy this thing. You bring it.
They say go buy it. Because I know one thing in Liberia, our people, they can use the occasion to just exploit, especially when they get to know that this kind of thing are happening. You got the first thing the nurse now about to tell you, say, and you can, and government say you must pay 200. Go bring your own shit now. Go bring your own shit. Go. Because we know them. We know how these people can behave, and nothing will come from inside. Nobody will do anything to them.
My man, we come in. A lot of people coming suffer now. A lot of people coming suffer.
Then the death is coming to be plenty.
A lot of people. A lot of people.
Whoa.
Yes, that is fact. Don't apologize for nothing. That reality. And the reality. You catalog everything. You see the list. It's a public everywhere in Liberia now. Everywhere. Our vulnerable nation that no job. Forget it. They want no politics. So when you come for help for the people, lead that thing. This one is not about politics. It's this one, the human life involved. I say you mess with healthcare system around the world. Every country in Europe, you try the crumble. The government will crumble. The bread and eat the day-to-day activity. It doesn't matter. But your health care number one. Your health care number one. Your health care number one. So it's very important.
Look, I'm just sitting
very important.
And I'm just imagining, right? I'm just imagining. I know Liberia how we are, especially people who render services to us. People who should have very good customer services. They can be, in fact, the worst. To the extent that driver will tell you when you get in the car. I remember people used to get in car and they get Ministry of Transport list in their pocket. As soon the driver take you from how you call Douala, you reach to Broad Street, then you take 50 and pay the mentor, you take paper. So you know what the driver used to do? They will come and park their car. Then people fighting. Oh,
Yeah.
the guy park their car. They say that you're looking at people.
They
You
call
yourself
it
call your own press.
yeah.
You yourself can't call your own press. I beg you, you're running. Say no, government say I'm gonna pay 50. You wait for government car now. You wait for government car. To the
Yeah.
extent they were even
Yeah.
paying 3 times that money. We are Liberians. Let's
Yeah.
be fair here.
You
Our
call
people use this
they call
occasion.
that money before you enter the you call that
Yeah,
money before you enter the car.
if I tell you, say, my man, my car going, but the problem ain't government say I'm gonna pay 50. That to the extent you can't say, my man, I beg you, but I'll give you 150. I'll give you 100. Say no, I beg you 100.
Yeah.
Where? I beg you, yeah, make it 150. And so you get in the car, you pay their money to the extent that other people who even stop in short way, because some people then going straight
Yeah.
on Broad Street, some will stop living
Yeah.
Freeport, Jamaica Road, or Sayon Town, or so you pay that 150. But you even
Yeah.
stopping looking at cinema, you will pay that 150. So there were others who suffer because of that. There's the same thing that's about to happen. Because when you go to the hospital, somebody go stand there and say, but government say we must pay $200 for how you call registration fee. They say, government, go call the Minister of Health. Let them can register you now. Go
Yeah.
call them.
Yeah.
So Joseph Newman Parker has just exposed our people.
Yeah, because they don't have money. The government don't have money. Prince, why not people don't want to accept reality? The country is broke. I just say, but you see the writing on the wall. They are travel all over the country. Our natural resources not breaking. They're not breaking the kind of in Beckham. They're not receiving the kind of thing they sort of receive. Even they're not, all the other institutions at the free port, all the other places that can generate money for our national budget for the port. They're not breaking enough. They're not raising no revenue. They're not raising. They're
And
not
the thing
raising enough revenue.
you say they are not raising revenue. For me, I'm looking at it this way. These guys are raising the revenue, but they are using it on themselves. They are using it on themselves. Because imagine they have increased services. Oh, imagine this. Oh, they have increased GST taxes for goods and services. They have increased it. It has increased now. So imagine. So the thing is, the last time we heard from they themselves, how in fact the free poll, they were now remitting the amount they're supposed to remit for the national budget. Of these other autonomous agencies that can collect money and be able to remit to the government to ensure that the government budget is beef up, they are not giving such amount. Imagine they're not giving such. As I speak to you now, the 26 people will not take pay for 26.
Yeah, but
People not taking pay.
But how? Listen, let me say something quick here that Librarian people forget. You know what is so? Wait, let's compare quick here. You see, George Reacton, everybody, okay, government employ a lot of people a lot of time. People sweeping for $50, $60. This man came and lay off everybody. He take everybody from this kind of some more money to if you're making 75. But during that time, when you see they made an opinion pool in the market. What we solving today, nobody can buy our goods. We be here for 4 5 hours. But George that time, we don't stay here 5 hours and we get 5,000. All that opinion pool, all that survey, it happened like they went through the market, all the media institutions, you know why? Because money was circulating. Somebody making $50, somebody making disregard or making 70, 80, 85. People were doing a lot of things for that small money. But now the dancers, everybody. So those in the hierarchy of the government making 3,000, 2,000. No, they said no, it's not happening on WhatsApp. Somebody they said no. Even you're not making that kind of money. That 2,000 will get off 1,005, but the other laymen will make 150, 100, 75, 80. The highest got people buying the country. They don't not match it, they play. Not match it, they just common sense. But these people not killing the dancers, everybody. How you lay on EPS people, 300 of them. Do you know what 300 can do? That 300 money took from them. They feed thousands of families. 300. The other men can be feeding a family doing this. So yes, they're Christmas. They will not boom because no money. Go to the market presently. Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen because the money not circulating. Because they don't have they don't bring revenue. I say the country is tough. I can say I can debate about it like bro is right now. The Unity Party is broke. Wait, but you can see the writing on the wall, Prince. Where the money is. What the money? The president did the highest travel in 1 year time, 1 year and a half time.
No. All the money go towards
you
it.
can see nothing coming, no investors in the country. Nothing coming. Nothing coming in the country. So our people with a healthcare problem, a serious problem for them. That is fasten a seatbelt. That's what they voted for. That's what they voted for. That's what they voted for. That's what they voted. So tomorrow nobody will come, nobody will just be cajoling and will be lying at that. Nobody will cajole, they can be lying.
Wow.
Yes. They believe the lies. They believe the lie. They believe that man was a demon. They were killing people that narrated that they may bring drugs in the country, that they may giving our children drugs. All these things, the drugs, they not eradicate drugs. They not eradicate drugs. Drugs are the highest increase now. Highest increase. They can eradicate drugs. Before you eradicate drugs that force, the president has to buy executive. That's a state of emergency before you eradicate drugs. You have to infuse millions of dollars. All
drugs people are even complaining
together. That's what they do here.
The drugs people they are even
drug pool in the country more than people. Oh. But you saw one other you saw before I'm continuing, you saw the thing why they did the video to Joseph Boyka. I said Greco Comone, they brought the president. I saw that video. I said, what you guys are doing to our president? So they brought the president also to inspect motorcycle that will guard the president convoy.
Yeah.
They have ceremony.
The people say when you put yourself in tomato cup.
What the president, because they brought a new motorcycle, they brought a new motor to escort the president. What the president need all that kind of motor for? Eh? when you told the Liberian people if it will cost them to take wheelbarrow to work?
Yeah, the man who say
because nothing doing for the country, no job. So you know they do, they got it smart, they got it step, they got it playing from playbook, yeah, they got it not smart, they got it not working. They brought the go to the video. They brought the president.
Why are you talking? Let me look for the video.
They brought people see. People that watch the video will get angry. They will get angry with the police director. I think the police director king, the NSA boss king, they learning how to practice. They try to run motorbike. Then they brought the president convoy to park for the president to look at them. What?
I saw that thing and laugh. I said, "What? This is disgraceful, man. This is disgraceful."
Why don't you get your president such activity? The president will be making calls into other friends to see how he can take the country around. They'll bring the president to pack the president's staff. You get them for a convoy. You'll tell the president, well, how the motorbike will be right inside you. Okay. The EPA boss, getting over the EPA boss, the RG, all of them. If you see the video, you'll say, I think
I want to try to. Let me see. If somebody can send me that video in my WhatsApp, I will appreciate what I'm looking for it. But I'm looking for it so that
no.
I can be able to send it here. I'm looking for it, but if anybody can send it to me.
When I saw the video, I said, but the guy not working. The president aligned into not work. What? Why you put the president, the police RG and the EPF boss? Why you bring our president to watch how motorcycle will come escort his convoy? Yeah, why you displaying that thing? Why do the president come there to watch it? Like the privacy, they passing on.
If anybody can send it to me, I really appreciate whether you send it to me on WhatsApp or whatever. Some of you have my number, or you send it on how you call on my messenger. I will still take it from there.
I saw that video. I said no, they got not want to work. Because maybe probably the president get nothing on your activity, didn't get nothing for a day-to-day activity. So they just brought the president.
They say they're practicing. Please, anybody can just send it to me. Please, anybody can send it.
The party people, no money in the country. That the kind of thing you engage the president in? For what? For what reason you bring a president to that kind of level to come watch, to come what's the extra about that thing then? Eh? because you buy a new motorcycle to be in a president convoy. How much? So much? Even 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. Why the president got to watch it?
The man who say you ride motorbike to go, or you will walk while we borrow.
Got a telephone call, see a nurse appointment, how to travel to engage other illegals around the world, other African leaders, or other great partners in the world to see how we can put a policy forward to these people to say, go come, our country is a growing country, come and invest in our country. These are the kind of things they sort of talk about. These are the kind of things when they're bringing the president to guns. No, I saw that thing. I know. I said no. The Unity Party not ready. They're not ready. They're not ready. They're not ready. They're not ready. I saw that video. I said no, they're not ready.
Yeah, let me. Okay, fine. That's good. Here is it. Let me
get it now. You get it now?
Yeah.
Okay. I said, let the people watch it. Let the people watch it. They will laugh. They will laugh. For real. What? Yeah. Why?
Yes, well,
you will see the GPS ball game.
No, this is not it. Let me see. Yeah, come in.
No
Let me
problem.
go
If
to
you get it, no problem. If you get it, no problem. People can go on social media. People can go on social media and see it. The followers can go on social media and see it.
LMP. Let me see. I'm supposed to have it here. I saw this. Yeah, I saw it. Oh, no. Anyways.
But you discuss it. You finished discussing the protest already.
So yeah, I think the protest is what we're going to. Let's go on the protest. You can just start the discussion while I try to look
we'll
for
not
that
stay too long because the protests are tomorrow. It's already set. It will happen. Nothing's stopping it. The people, they will do that. They will protest peacefully to probably give petition to the government of Liberia to tell them about the misrule, what the president doing, cracking down on people, and disrespecting the rule of law, disrespecting the Supreme Court. All these things is normal for people to protest in the country. But there is the catch of the protest.
Okay.
You know, there is a serious catch of the protest. There are a lot of media institutions from the international community. They already descend on the country. They're already in Liberia. So there's the biggest protest on Joseph Yiman Boaka watch. It's the biggest protest. So every eyeball on this country to see what the RG and the security apparatus would do. I like how the protest come to. I like why the protest will start. The president just came from America. Commander is said to the American government to come and survey his resources. He believes they don't have, like, we don't have the technology. He talk good talk there. So there's a test trial for him. The people will protest. Everybody will see it. If the police RG, the mistake they have been doing in the past to kill brothers and sisters because of protesting, this will be serious problem with it for the Unity Party all around the world. All around there will be serious problem. I hope the police director, the police RG, listen, watch the people, the protest, and they deliver that petition whatsoever. But if he crack down on them to kill them, the Unity Party sending big signal. Nobody will do business with you. Because any blood that will be shared by the security apparatus, video that will be documented, they will protest to the warehouse. So what kind of investor will come to your country? So there's a test trial for the Unity Party. Remember on George Weah? George Weah had the highest protest in modern history. Facts. The highest protest. Everywhere the people were protesting for anything they were protesting for. When somebody lay it down, they protest. Gasoline shortage, they protest. Red shortage, they protest. They were all over the country. They were part of the opposition, student leaders, soup, all these people, they're protesting all in the country. Pempe rider, keke, taxi driver, everybody, they protest in that country. Protest on $16 billion money. We tired suffering protests. You can need protest upon protest. But there's the first protest that the people trying to unleash on the Unity Party. There's a major protest. So you have to let the people to protest. Buying a constitution that are right to protest when they're not satisfied with certain things. This protest is not about government stepping down. No. They say enough is enough for the rule of law, from all these things, and the cattle law, all these things. And so they should allow the people to protest. There's a test trial. The peace of the country lies in the Unity Party here. They're not in opposition here. The peace of the country, it belongs to them. So they have to keep the peace. They have to protect the peace and protect property, protect citizens. So they left with them. If they want to damage the peace process, if they won't do anything to damage it, it's on them. They get the presidency. They took authority. So the war is watching. Everybody's watching. The people should go outside there and protest peacefully. We don't condone violence. The people protest peacefully. So they left with the RG to allow them to protest and the security apparatus. But besides that, I'm not even thinking that they will crack down on them. Yeah.
Something happened yesterday at the how you call it, Truth FM studio, where they invited.
But the police director said they were not intended for that. So that was how he said.
Blatant lie. That's why he said navigational error. One navigational error, he carried them to Joseph Newman Boyka horse. What the navigational error? Then carried them to what you call Rachel Kuhn horse. Navigational error will carry them to a studio where a guest is invited to discuss about the protest. Look, we should not buy this kind of nonsense. And Gregor Common, that's why we say, Gregor Common, we are watching you. Every day these people are doing things to make that country small for themselves. Look, that country continue to behave the way you guys are behaving. If you think that you guys will walk away with impunity, we'll do that thing, nothing will not happen, no problem, y'all go ahead. Because this is what we call a mere stupidity on the part of a police director. A police director. So must you to the extent to tell you that the whole thing was playing. He had to call them to tell them to move from there before they move from there. If it was a navigational error, the man who went there, I saw something written by how you call Madam Cecilia, the spokesperson for the Liberia National Police, where she said there was a kind of domestic, issue that Steve Zago had, and he had called the police for the police to intervene. How the police went to the. That is just complete nonsense. That is just nonsense. That's not something that you can tell reasonable people. That's not something you can tell reasonable people. So it take the police director to call him to tell him, man, move from there. So the time he went there and know that nobody was there doing domestic, there were not any domestic violence, he could not move from there. He could not move from there. That place, that strange area to say people don't know what the hell about B Sambo, that this is Truth FM that you don't know. Look, Mr. Boyka has turned the police into a gangster organization to carry on their act. And when you see the video, you will feel bad. There are police officers that were in plain clothes. These are some of the people that Gregory is using to carry on criminal acts and other behaviors around. These are some of the people that he is using. These are some of the people that he is using. When you saw the guys, we'll try to maybe tomorrow when we have the time, we'll be able to look at it. But tomorrow is going to be a very good day here. We have people from the protest who will be on throughout. But it's just sad that the police will be running after.
Are you hearing the one called on the internet? Is that true?
But that's what they are planning to do. Yes, that's what they are do. That's what they want to do.
But the people that used to protest all over the country, protest what a real story. Every time they protesting, that just to protest, that just a major protest. You want to panicking when they protest? Why they panicking, Prince? Why you saying that they panic? Why they don't allow this protest? They're doing everything. They're doing everything for the protest to not happen.
In fact, the government says even giving the protest momentum. They are even giving the protest momentum. That's what they are doing. And look, whether Joseph Newman Boyka likes it or not, the people look at this kind of thing that we're showing. You taking job from Liberians and giving it to foreigners. You say Liberians should not protest. You are using the police to abuse our people on a daily basis. Then you say the people must soon come out.
But Joseph Baga stood in Joseph Baga then stood in June 7 protest. Joseph Baga stood in the June 7 protest.
Exactly so. Joseph Newman Boyka.
We're better than you ready. They stood in the June 7 protest to say the president must step down. That stupid 16 billion Bukos last. There's other stood in the protest. They stood in that protest. Now why today they cry on just one beep? I think they cry because I think they believe that the protest will tap the June 7 protest. That's what I'm sensing.
Another thing
from all angles.
I want us to talk about quickly. I want to talk about here is the wickedness that is happening with this Unity Party government. You know that the PAC, when President Weah was there, they have this PAC maintenance team. There were people who were employed from the ministry, from MCC.
Yeah.
The old man were employed to take care of the PAC, clean the place. You know, they have maintenance officer. Do you know that the PAC is now destroying? The guys are not even taking care of it. Let me show this to you, and probably we'll just take the last 5 or 10 minutes to talk about it. And, yeah. Yo, but the PAC, the people are not even maintaining the PAC again. I'm about to show you pictures of the PAC. The PAC is destroying. Here's the PAC. You see here? Let me open this. You see here? Even the light that is there, they place that bulb supposed to be there. You see here? They play the bulb supposed to be there. The thing is falling off because nobody is there taking care. They ain't got nobody to take care. Here is it. Look at what is happening. Look at what is happening. There's the PAC. Look at the grass. How the grass looking. The place that was well taken care of. You see the place how it looking like, my brother? You see what is happening here? You see here? Look.
Wow.
Look there. The whole drainage is blocked. The whole place is blocked. The place that used to be clean, that water used to be passing. So it means that when it rains, if there is any heavy rain, the water will not go nowhere. We just set right there. Look at what is happening. This is the PAC.
There's a PHP or there is a invisible?
This is the invisible part. The PHP part, I get a picture. I want to show it to you. You feel bad about the PHP. You feel bad. Look at the chairs that used to be down there. Everything is destroyed. You see here? You see there? My people, you see?
Yeah. They try. But why the people? The park is not for George Weah. It's the country park.
That the country park show, but Joseph Newman Boyka think that George Weah property. So therefore, like, destroy. You see there? The thing is destroying after we spend enough money on this. Look at what is happening. You see there? Look here. You see my people? You see what is happening?
They're trying to bury legacy.
You see there? Look at the place that used to be fun. People will go sit down there and
bury legacy. So the next, but then the next 4 years, the balance 4 years, then there'll be no. Then the PHP, then the invisible part will be zero.
Look at this.
See where everything that place used to be rare.
Yeah. Rare. Imagine the ground. When you walk in the place, there's a rare carpet for anybody that come in. Look at you see there, my people. You see where the wickedness have gone in this government. That because it was President Weah that built it, so therefore let's destroy it. There are not Liberians that are benefiting from this place. Look at the park. Look at the park. You see the park?
They won't spend money to maintain it, so they won't bury the legacy.
Hey, my people.
But they see people. But remember, Prince, that I see people used to say that power will eat. They were lying. That power will eat. That this will eat. Yeah. But Prince, I noticed something like when people like destroying things, we like to destroy things. That why even family. That why they destroy the family in the. That why people they destroy it. They destroy us in the West. That why today they call us December. They destroy us in the West. Anything. And Prince, that things are inborn tendency. Anything you send over, anything you send over from the West, your family destroy it. So
You
if
see
no,
the
it's too
rocks
sad.
on the ground.
The video
You
you
see
showing,
the
if the president, if George will see this,
amen. Amen.
if George will see the thing, he will regret why. You will regret.
Amen.
George will see the thing, you will regret why he did this thing. Yeah. But government, and they say government continue.
Hey, my people.
Prince, they
They
say
play.
government
They play.
continue.
Look at the
Why they cannot
place.
expect a certain?
Yeah, but I'm feeling. I'm saying, look at it. I'm feeling bad, man. Man, I went to the place here. I'm feeling too bad, man. I said they had. Look
Yeah,
at.
I saw you. The other thing you want to
Look at. Yeah, but oh, my people.
no, it's deplorable now. You get me?
Yeah, man.
No, they're trying to tell me. So, but when the United, how much to maintain their park so much? How much to maintain this park?
They have people that were employed. You see, some of the things that we can be talking. They have people that were employed that they own man there.
The
They used to
hinky,
watch that place. When you enter that place, you see the own man there. You say
the
you give up.
hinky, look at the hinky, bring the hinky close all on the fence now.
Yeah. In fact, they're taking
No.
the iron bar. Hmm? Wow.
Wow. So nothing.
Look. Hey, my people.
Just in 2
You
years,
see?
just in 2 years, not even 2 years yet.
Hey, ba.
Share 1 year and a half.
Wow.
Wow, why are we leading
Man,
to?
they think it looking too bad of, man. It looking too bad of. There's not politics, man. They think that wickedness, man. That yeah, ba.
But Prince,
Yeah, ba.
who can make intervention to maintain this park? What can happen to you? What
Man.
can happen? To you, what can happen to maintain this park?
Look.
Okay,
The thing
Prince,
is
if they
simple.
cannot maintain Prince, if they can maintain the park, if they can maintain the park, then they charge people with the internet they pay, then they use a proceed to maintain the park. They can charge like $1 because the park is free. They can because they can maintain it. The United Park, they want to maintain it.
Hey, ba.
The United Park, they want to maintain it, so they can charge fee. Then they get the proceed and maintain the park.
Hey, ba.
Then they can maintain the park. The
park
iron
that
all getting
used to be
rot.
here, ba. There's some people trying to even bend it and take it from there. You see wickedness.
Like the
Only
country.
for you. Way too sad, man. Oh, man.
Prince,
Yeah, ba.
Prince,
Brother, let's
Prince.
get your last one, man. Let
I
leave
was
for
saying
this
something.
too
I
sad,
was
ba.
saying something like brown like a spring.
Yeah, ba. Yeah, man.
Spring. The jealousy and the enviness in belly in our DNA in the Republic of Liberia. Spring would have destroyed one another. And he said, Prince, I said the jealousy, the jealousy and the enviness destroy the Republic of Liberia. Let me tell you something today, Prince, to the highest level. Look from the destroyed family. From the destroyed family. Prince, in the West, we spend the highest money to our families and brothers and sisters.
Okay.
Send something to them in Monrovia. Prince, send something to them. Say you buy your example, buy a car, buy your truck, buy something and send it to them. In less than 1 year, you're not there, they will destroy it. You can't do nothing to them.
Wow.
Yeah. This I say it's
I
written
mean,
written in our DNA. So Prince, that will not surprise me. Imagine that invincible part. What small is that? Then imagine the PHP power. The PHP power large. Well, it's huge. Then how do we maintain the PHP power? If the government, George, we need to
it's
intervene.
too sad, man. It's
That
too
his
sad.
listen to me, Prince,
Yeah.
Prince, listen to me. That's his legacy. It's part of his legacy. So he cannot sit and say for a legacy to be buried. So if anybody send a clip to George Weah, let him try to intervene quickly. He can meet the government. He said, listen, the park cannot be there this. The park for the country. If you not want to maintain the park, I can pay. We can do something to maintain the park. That's part of the legacy of George Weah.
No, but
That's his legacy.
my brother, it's for government. It's for government. Government continues, right? This thing
Yeah,
is
because
for
the particular
government.
government will never put.
And what the people did, the wicked side did was the old man then who were working to that place. They used to take care of that place. That place 24. In fact, you used to have people sleeping there at this particular. They used to have people sleeping there. The security then used to sleep there. I know one or two person that used to be down there. You know, they will take care of the place. You go to that place. That place is clean. Look at the grass. In fact, look at the grass. Look at the grass. In fact, look at the chair that used to be down there. They had an old man that were there taking care. Look at what is happening now, my brother. This is sad, fellow Liberian. Look at the Invisible Park. They play that everybody you go to Liberia, you say, yeah, look at. Fellow Liberian, look. They red, they thing they put on the ground. When you see it, get a red carpet. Look at how it looking like. Brother women, I beg you, just the thing is too sad. Hello? Wow. Fellow Liberians, we gotta go. Yeah, we gotta. On this note, I want to say thanks to each and every one of you for the time. The page is under the Palava Hut. Kindly like, follow, and share the page as we turn over to our brother to close us from his end. This is sad. This is sad. Look at the park. Look at the place. Look at the park here. Look at the place that everybody look at the prayer room that they had for the old man there. They played that prayer room. They had a prayer room for the old man who used to go there, pray and all the other thing. They want rest, sometimes they rest. Look at the place. Look at. Amen. And you see? And you see? Look at the glass. That glass there. Look at the glass. Look at. All my people, time have caught up with us. We gotta go. Want to say thanks to each and every one of you. Until we meet here again tomorrow, have yourself a God bless day and bye from our end. Wow. Wow.